peace and happiness. Beautiful day, beautiful soul, and welcome back to Love, Peace, and Happiness Tarot. Coming to you live once again from Las Vegas. I go by Melinda NailFanatic. You can call me Mel. And we're here to deliver this latest timeless collective channel message from the download series. So if you're here, it's by divine design. If it resonates, pick it up and run with it. If it doesn't, leave it where you found it. Either way, make your choices and decisions responsibly today, because you'll always have the consequences and repercussions to pay. You have questions, I have answers, and you can find those facts on the website and below the video in the description box. Thank you for the growth on our channel. Thank you for being your divine self, doing the best you can, not trying the best you can, but you're actually doing the best you can, no matter where you're at in the timeline, no matter where you're at in the evolution. You are somebody, I'm hearing, who strives to do the best you can with what you have and what you know. I heard, but at least you're teachable and aware that what you know can always grow. I love that. We do what we do because we love and adore our brothers and sisters of humanity, and we know the more empowered each one of us is, the more empowered each and all of us are, as each of our energies is, 100% independent, yet 100% connected to all that is at the same time. So apparently for this lesson, for this reading, this channeling, the spread is the AP class, Advanced Placement class. So I love what's already come through channeled for you. And I see that we're going to have some more. Okay, so they just showed me the Wisdom of the Golden Path Oracle for our spread. I did pull your Alpha and Omega messages, so we'll read those first. We pull them first and we read those last. Okay, say the words correctly. So read them first. No, we're going to read them last. We pull them first and read them last. Okay, so I heard order of operations. And necessary to reflect upon the order of operations. So it's got to happen in the correct order. There's an order of operations that's unfolding. Very important. Okay, it must go in the correct order, and the correct function must be done in the correct order. Otherwise, you will not get the correct solution. Otherwise, you will get a faulty solution, a false solution, false. And I'm getting false metrics and false measurements lead to a faulty creation, a faulty construction, something that is unstable, something that is unsteady. They're showing to me if a building company was to use false measurements in erecting their building, then that building would be unstable in some form or fashion. And so they're saying the correct measurements and metrics are necessary. I heard, so there's a recalibration. A recalibration is beneficial. I'm hearing is beneficial. Okay. So I'm going to pull the 7 cards for our AP class spread, and then we'll see what spirit wants to speak to us today. The bottom of the deck is good fortune. I heard it's very good fortune. Every delay, everything that came through right away, every detail and every nuance, very good fortune at play. Okay, everything is happening according to the most beneficial outcome for all parties involved. I just heard for all parties involved. They just showed me a building that's being constructed, and they said they want everybody in the building to be able to confidently and safely carry out their time there. In other words, if the process didn't go the way it did, then there could be some mishaps. There could be some damage. There could be some difficulties that arise from a faulty building being constructed. So we want to make sure that the foundation is firm, level, and stable. In order to do that, I hear the ground must be leveled, and any obtrusions, I'm not sure if that's the right word, but I heard obtrusions, okay, and obstacles, anything that is they're showing me like sticking out of the way, out into the way, need to be removed. Okay, in order to lay the ground flat before the foundation can even be poured. Okay, and then we have to have the support beams must be constructed in their perfect measurement. They're saying a perfect angle is a 90-degree angle. Is that a corner? Yeah, 90-degree angle. They're saying perfect angle. Okay. It must be constructed in a perfect upright angle. Every floor must be measured and must be level. Okay, everything must be level. Okay, so they're using a lot of construction examples in my mind's eye to show what's happening here. So in this AP class spread, there are 7 positions. The course study that we're on is good fortune. This is about understanding, learning about good fortune in this experience for this AP class reading. Let's go ahead and lay these tarot cards in each of the positions as well, and then we'll get right into your spread. Thank you for the growth on our channel. Thank you for your interactions with the channel, because all this helps spread the message to all who are ready to hear the message. Yeah, the star card is at the bottom here. Okay, destiny, fate, good fortune. So there's a course study I heard in what must occur. I heard divinely designed. Also understanding that, strong messages. Also understanding that your good fortune is blessed, safe, and protected on all time, space, and dimensions. I heard as you are. So there's an energy here where you must understand and recognize your own status of being blessed, safe, and protected. Okay, that you are in good fortune. Love and peace and happiness. That no matter what it appears to be, everything is working in your favor. You would be wise if you were one who would choosing to decide to investigate. How is that true in this situation? Especially when the situation is truly appears to be ugly on the surface. They said there's so much beauty underneath it. So much beauty underneath it. They're talking about why they just gave me this. Somebody likes to eat truffles. And I'm not talking about a candy. I'm talking about the mushroom truffles that are very expensive. Very expensive. It's a delicacy. Okay. But so much stuff has to happen. And one of the things that has to happen is it comes out of pig poop. So halfway caught between choking and laughing for that because of the pig poop. Yeah, interesting. So hold on, they want me to truffle and pig. So it says pigs can be used to find truffles. It's an edible fungus. Let me see. So let me see now. Let me just do it this way. Where do truffles come from? They grow underground in close proximity to the root of certain trees like oak, hazelnut, and beech. Okay. Interesting. They grow at the base of certain trees. Pigs have been used to help locate the truffles, but they are not the source of the fungi. Interesting. So, no, it's not pig poop. But they do use pigs to find the truffles. Interesting. So, why did the pig poop come out? We're going to find out more, I'm sure. But the truffles is a fungi that grows underground. Interesting. Yeah, they said why are truffle pigs are illegal in the U.S. Huh. Pigs are naturally drawn to truffles due to similar compounds in their own pheromones, so they tend to dig aggressively and consume the truffles, causing environmental damage. Interesting. Okay. Apparently, they have a natural attraction to the truffles. Interesting. Okay. So, truffles still being of high value. So, there's something here about having to dig for the value, dig for the good fortune. Because remember, the core study is good fortune and the star. The star, your shining star. Somebody here, your whole life has been a lesson. Okay, I'm off the freaking pigs. I'm off the truffles. I don't even understand right now why you took me down that rabbit hole, but whatever. I did what you said. And so the good fortune and the star. This has been a core study in finding the value of what you have to offer, and also I'm hearing honing your skills, your talents, and your abilities. Okay, I hear you've been doing this very much on your own. Okay, you've been feeling very alone, but you've been developing into someone, I'm hearing, that will be shown, something that will be shown. So let's see, what's the past lesson review. I'm ready to get into this. The 10 of Cups with satiety and balance. It says, I am balance. So the past lesson review was about learning to be connected with others and maintain your balance. I heard learning to be connected with others while maintaining your balance. I heard that's a big deal because um it's easy for you to connect to others but then lose lose your soul, lose control, lose you in the process, lose you in the process. So this is about connecting with other people, finding fulfillment in the relationships you have with other people, but not giving yourself up into the relationship, into the connection, not making the people the source of you or the source of your feeling, the source of your energy. Okay. I want to clarify each position as we move through, and I'm going to use the Hanson Roberts mini pocket version to do so. For those of you who want to know, so we have I am balanced with satiety. Okay. So in the past lesson, you had to realize like the happy, beautiful, loving connections that are fulfilling, satisfying, they come because of the balance that you have within. Like it's by being balanced with yourself that you attract those kinds of connections. When you're imbalanced in yourself, what you found was an attraction of imbalanced experiences, imbalanced connections. Let's see some more with this. Show me clearer. The star is on this table twice already. Okay, this is destiny. The Aquarius energy, we got to throw that out there. Aquarius, new age of Aquarius, new age of Aquarius. Connecting to other people. Connecting to other people is important. I'm hearing in this age of Aquarius. The download is a macro collective message every time. So let's see what the star is. Destiny. This is fate. There's protection here. There's safety. It was divinely designed for you to become authentically and purely in your own energy, to be balanced enough so that you could attract these external influence. I see you stepped into your star power and the Six of Swords, and where that used to make you nervous and scared, or give you anxiety or fears or worries, I see that there's peace with it. I see that you made peace with the fact that, baby, you can do, I heard, you could go where you want to go, you could do what you want to do, but you're doing it now from a place of balance, which is allowing for harmonious and satisfying connections with other people, where everybody gets satisfying experiences. We have a temperance energy here, twin flame energy on the table, Sagittarius energy on the table. Okay, find an earth angel on the table. Okay, divine timing and patience has to work out. Yeah, there's a healing that had to happen for you to be in that state. Okay, and then we have justice. Yeah, then when the just, then everything becomes balanced. You became balanced. You literally became the balance in this experience, where you figured out that you could take, I hear, risks, make choices, make decisions, and decide what your path is going to do, decide what you wanted to do with your opportunity of life. Okay, so when you realize that you were protected, that you had to make a choice, huh? Yeah, they're showing me a person, they're showing me where you took a risk, okay? And what you began to find is when you took the risk, but you did it, so you had the fear, I heard feel the fear and do it anyway. You felt the fear, realize that that fear is related to the same chakra energy where nervousness happens, where anxiety happens. So it was actually uh, the nervousness and uncomfortability that happens when you push yourself beyond your comfort zone. And fear is the false evidence appearing real. If the fear was true, then it would be there to protect you from some actual harm. And so when you realize that that was not the case, you realize that it was the nervousness of doing something different, being in a different energy. So you pushed through, you did it anyways, okay? And that caused the healing to happen in you. That created balance within you because now you could experience these different waves of emotional energy, and you knew that you could follow through because you were blessed, safe, and protected. In the next position, it says the current lesson. The current lesson is Four of Wands with completion and abundance from within. This is understanding now where you're at is that all things are being created through you and to you. And now it's with the Four of Wands, you're living that experience. You're developing a deeper level of awareness and acceptance of that through what's happening in your physical experience. Okay. Let's see what else. We have the Hangman in reverse, which means that the divine timing did unfold, which we just talked about with the Temperance. The divine timing unfolded. You gave up all the sacrifices you had to. You removed any obstacles and challenges, blockages, and barriers between you and what you wanted to become. And so you're walking on the path now of the abundance coming from within. Yes, the Ten of Wands comes out to confirm that there was a dropping of weight. There was a relief from the struggle. Yeah, Four of Pentacles, solidifying that, stabilizing that, getting that deep into your heart through repetition, repetitive awareness of the fact that you're not carrying that struggle no more, that you can let other people carry their own struggles and their own responsibilities. Yeah. Why? Because the Ace of Cups, self-love. I love it. Yeah. You overcome challenges and obstacles in this energy right now. This is where you're at. This is the current lesson. The current lesson is things work out for you. You don't have to carry everybody's burden. You don't have to sacrifice yourself in order to make them happy. You can't sacrifice yourself in order to heal them. The healing that you've done had to be done for yourself. And likewise, the healing that happens for them, they're going to have to do themselves as well. Okay. And so sometimes it is okay and healthy. And many times, I hear many times it's even preferable that a person pull their energy back and give the other person space to do just that, to create their own healing, to be the solution that they've been looking for. All right. Let's look at your strong points in this. You have the Nine of Cups, happiness with timeless earth. Wow. 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 Okay. So, what is your strong point? You understand that, first off, it's okay if a person doesn't get it because eventually it's going to come around again, and then they'll have another opportunity to get it. Your connection to earth. I see the water in here, connecting in the water. So there's a purifying, there's a cleansing. And the strong points here is with this Nine of Cups, happiness. You understand that happiness is a self-fulfilling prophecy, that it's created and generated internally. It's not because of the outside. It's something you have to do for yourself. And you understand that this is something that when you do it, then you can come together with other people who do it as well. Yeah. You understand that you have to accept the opportunity and the ability that I heard, the accountability for your own happiness, for your own connection to all time, space, and dimension, to the earth, and to the things that are happening in your experience. You have to learn to accept what's happening as beneficial for you. Yeah. The Six of Cups. Oh, even about things in the past, you had to understand and learn and accept that even the things in the past, even the things that were difficult, even the things that didn't look like it, they had you, I'm hearing, waiting deep in your emotions, yeah, were happening for your best interest to lead you to be where you are today. Wow, with the Empress saying, yeah, in your value, in your harvest season, in your having been through so much difficulty to birth something of value. I mean, every mother knows how difficult pregnancy is, how difficult childbirth is, how painful that can be. And yet, and still, there's a beautiful result of it. You have this new life that you create. someone who you love so much, okay? And then carrying the value of those experiences forward. Yeah, carrying the value of those experiences forward is your strength. So you understand how to take the blessing and the lesson out of the past stressing, yeah, not to be in stress over it, not to repeat the experience, and not to be confused about it, wondering and boo-hooing and crying about why did this have to happen to me, stuff like that. Instead, you found a way to gain experience from it, to find the blessing from it and unlock it through the grasping of the lesson and the opportunity that it held within. Love it. So, in our next point is the practice points. These are the weaknesses. This is where you could use more practice. And we have the Seven of Swords, futility, and resolution. Where you could use more practice is discerning the deceptions and resolving things, cutting things off at the head. So this is letting me know that certain things are going to show up in your experience that are going to give you very good reason to remove them from your experience. I'm hearing from the jump, from the start, from almost immediately in some sort of way. Okay, you're going to realize where you are better suited for doing that. Also, I'm seeing that this has something to do also with ideas. Anywhere where you've been holding on to the ideas that were lies, things that you can't, it doesn't work, stuff like that, that's got to go. King of Rods is here. So for some Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy. And I'm just looking, yeah, that's the first court card that has come out. Okay. First king or queen, anyways. King or queens always represents an external person. It's also talking about follow through. But the thing is, that king of wands, he's sitting still and looking to the past. Okay. With the king of cups, who's looking straight ahead. Okay. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So there's this energy here of anywhere where you know what you want to do, okay, because you know it's going to make you happy. All right. And then we have, wow, another king of swords. We three kings. I don't know. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy, the communication. So actions, feelings, thoughts, and communication. Show me what else. Interesting with this Seven of Swords and resolution. The King of Swords doesn't get emotional. Yeah, because I just heard Whitney. I get so emotional, baby. King of Swords said, no, I don't. As a matter of fact, I leave emotions out of it. Okay. And then we have the Three of Wands. Okay. So what I see is actions, feelings, and thoughts in alignment, working together. So instead of creating confusion by doing something that's not in alignment with what you're feeling, the practice point for you is to let your actions be consistent with the way you feel and what you know. Bring your actions, your emotions, and your intellect together. Let them work together, all headed in the same direction, all in alignment. This is going to benefit you. And I hear doing that is going to cut some stuff off at the head. I heard before it can even get started. Okay. Let's go to the formula, which is the technique in our next position. See what else? The technique. Three of Wands, which was our final card there, final clarifier with virtue and bondage. So the technique is to realize, like, anywhere where there's restrictive energies, anywhere where I heard anywhere where you think somebody gonna come in and save you. Whoo, so there's a big message here because that came through really strong and really clear. Anywhere where you think somebody gonna come and save you, yeah, they said emotionally detached from that idea because that's a falsity, a falsehood. Okay, there's an emotional detachment. Is a technique. Remove yourself. It's like get more into universe. What is the universe showing you? What is life teaching you in this, instead of being so focused on what's the emotion? The emotion is an indicator of whether you're in alignment or not. If it feels great, you're in alignment. Any form of positive feels are an indicator of alignment. Any form of negative feels are an indicator that you're not in alignment. It's literally that simple. So once you realize which direction your emotional GPS is pointing you in, detach emotionally for a moment. Because the devil, okay, because you got to address, where's the fear, where's the trigger, where's the fear, where's the trigger. Why do you feel restricted? Why do you feel stuck? Okay, where's the fear, where's the trigger? About being wealthy, about being in the spotlight, about being seen, about being heard. Let me see, show me more. The Ace of Swords. Once you address the trigger, once you emotionally detach and you address the trigger, the truth will be revealed to you. You'll see the truth. You see the truth of why you're responding that way. What is this trigger attached to? What is this fear attached to? Where is this unhealthy behavior, this unhealthy attitude? Why do I feel violent? Why do I feel angry? Why I feel so out of sorts? Okay. Let's see what else. And we have the Two of Rods, and then I heard it'll be a no-brainer. It'll be a no-brainer because once you see the truth, you're going to realize where that fear, that trigger, that unhealthy behavior, that worrisome thought, that ego-driven mentality is attached to some past thing, okay, that you're still having in your emotional body. It's got to be removed, and then you free yourself from it. So what's the technique? The technique is, when you get triggered, to I heard first you could ask yourself, is this mine? And then that can immediately help you detach from it. But there's a need to detach from the fears, from the ego ideas, from toxic behaviors, unhealthy ideas, and repetitive. I heard nastiness. Literally, I heard repetitive nastiness. Okay. So there's this, I see someone who sits there, and the thing that stopped you from stepping into your good fortune and into the spotlight in your life, be realizing that you are the star, you're the main attraction in your life, you are the leading star in the movie of your life, and it is so much like a movie. But one of the main things that stop you is the fears of being seen, fears of being heard, fears of losing this, that, or the other, lack of realization that anything that is removed, there's no loss in the divine mind. There's only a replacing of it with something even better, more aligned with where you're at right now. Okay. And when you get this division in yourself, they're saying when you get this division in yourself and you're not in an alignment, that's because there's some sort of false evidence appearing real. There's some sort of lie. There's some sort of disbelief. You're worried about what other people think more than what you know. Okay. Their thoughts have no bearing on you unless you sit there and dwell and meditate upon it. You're afraid, okay, of facing the things that you hadn't wanted to face. Okay. So the technique is, when you feel that fear, that worry, that, oh no, inside of yourself, if it's not literally saving your life, then you're best to head at it straight on so you can find the truth in it. That way it's a non-factor. I'm getting, so that way it'll be a non-factor moving forward, because so many people fail to attain to their good fortune and their star power because they're too busy being caught up in lies and deceptions, tricks of the mind, tricks of the past, tricks of the devil. The devil will have you hopeless. The devil will have you feeling unsupported, unloved, and unworthy. That's the devil energy. The devil will have you feeling stuck and undeserving. And these are not truths, because remember, we said it way back there. Everything is happening for you. It's in your favor. Even if it looks ugly, there's something beautiful. That's how we got into the damn pigs and truffles, which don't make no sense. But listen, so the pigs got to go look up the truffles in the ground. They got to dig them out, right? But the truffles are of high value. Like, if you go to a restaurant and you order something with truffle in it, or truffle oil or something like that, you ain't in no freaking McDonald's, is what I can say, or no other drive up. They ain't got no drive-through window in the place. They don't have the menu where you have to stand and look up. They usually have a nice leather-bound menu where you have to sit down in places that serve truffle-based foods. In other words, this is an opportunity for you to find the treasure of you within, that good fortune inside you. It's reminding me of a story you might have heard. Let me grab this book I've been reading. I gotta grab it because I want to read that story to you, because I heard it before. You may have heard it before. I just came across it this morning while I was reading. So I've been reading this book. I had The Seed of the Soul from Gary Zukav as well. I read that years ago, and I still have the book, and I've gone over it again. But this book I just got the other day, so I'm tearing into it, right? Let me find this for you, though. This uh experience was so awesome. Okay, so it starts here on page 46. I'm just going to read this piece to you. The Creator gathered all of creation and said, I want to hide something from the humans until they are ready for it. It is the knowledge that they create their own reality. Give it to me, said the salmon. I will hide it on the bottom of the ocean. No, said the Creator. One day they will go to the bottom of the ocean and they will find it. Give it to me, said the bear. I will take it into the mountain. No, said the Creator. One day they will dig into the mountains and they will find it. Give it to me, said the eagle. I will take it to the moon. They'll never find it. No, said the Creator. One day they will go to the moon and they will find it even there. Then Grandmother Mole rose. Everyone became quiet. They knew that, although she has no physical eyes, Grandmother Mole lives in the breast of Mother Earth and sees with spiritual eyes. Put it inside them, she said. It is done, said the Creator. And that's the story I want to share with you from this book. Why? Because that's exactly where it's at. When you feel that devil energy, it is serving as a deterrent for you to discover what's really going on inside of you. Sometimes that devil energy shows up as jealousy, envy, hate, fear, worry, violence, anger, insecurity, self doubt, self loathing, self pity. There's a lot of ways it shows up, but it's all a deterrent to you to find the truth. The Ace of Swords came right after. It's the truth that's going to break the curse of that devil energy in your life. Okay. And let's go to our next position with that, which is the tools, the materials that are needed. And we have the devil and trust. I love the way this works. The devil energy is a necessary tool. But again, trust came out here. And the start, well, we say blessed, safe, and protected, no matter where you stand on your skin, on all time, space, and dimension. So this devil energy, this fear, this worry, this insecurity, these doubts, all those things we just described the devil as, is a necessary tool for development of you stepping into your good fortune, of you stepping into your star power, feeding your star player, becoming all that you came here to be. Yes, let's see some more on that. Ooh, I love this reading. It's so empowering. Seven of Swords in reverse, overturning the deceptions, removing the lies, removing the false beliefs, okay? Getting clear about those, discovering because all they do is bring sorrow. All they do is bring sorrow. And I heard missed opportunities, missed opportunities. Six of Pentacles, okay? Where Six of Pentacles in this is where there's plenty to spare and to share of, oh, okay. So the devil energy, Nine of Wands, gives plenty to spare and share of lessons that lead to your empowerment, that lead to your strength. The Nine of Wands is a lower arcana strength card. It is also a lower arcana card of protection. Okay. So even when you're dealing with those devil energies, which we already listed extensively, you have an abundance of protection. This is why you have the ability to confront them. It's not should, it's not a try. You are confronting them to the best of your ability. If it comes back around, then guess what? There's still more in it that you didn't get last time, so you're going to do it again. I heard like it or not. That's just how it works here. All right. In our seventh position, we have the class clown position, which is the distraction. The distraction is the Tower and prosperity and freedom. So the distraction is this fear that good things don't last. That if you get a taste of freedom, you got to watch out because the other shoe's going to fall. Ooh wee. That is a distraction. They get a lot of people that, I'm hearing, they get a lot of people who won't even try, who won't even give it their best, who won't even do the best they can because they believe that nothing good will last, that nothing positive can be stable. Okay. So the distraction. It's something that you call upon yourself. Okay, you call this upon yourself. They're saying with the magician energy, you've got all the tools. You have the magic. You have the ability. And the Page of Swords, questions, worries, doubts, immature thinking, insecurity, worrying about this. I heard worrying about the wrong damn thing and worrying about the storm all at the same time. I heard that. Okay. Bonus card. That's the title card. And we have the death card. Yeah. So thinking that this is going to cause an end. It's reminding me of the song Ironic from Alanis Morissette. And then the Five of Wands. Yeah. The Five of Wands. So there's this distracted idea. Wow, look at the bottom of the deck is the sun right now. They said to put it right in the center. There's a distracted idea that if you get what you want, it won't last. It'll destroy something in your life. It's going to cause a lot of problems and a lot of fighting for you to live your good fortune, for you to live your star power, for you to be in your best, most empowered energy. But the sun at the bottom of the deck is the course study. This is about figuring out the truth. This is about finding the pure, true energy, the pure, true answers, the pure, true reality that is available to you. Now, why do people have that experience where, they get their wish fulfillment, they get their dream come true, the universe actually blesses them with everything they want, and then the shit hits the fan? Well, because that's all they've been worried on. That's all they've been focused on. They literally helped create that idea. So there's this understanding in this. It's being brought up. Good things do happen for you. You're worthy and deserving. Life does not have to be tumultuous. And even when it is, you can be at peace inside, and that peace inside will eventually smooth those waters over. And it can happen instantly too. It's very much dependent upon I heard, purity of that vibration, which we already discussed in the talking about the alignment of the actions, of the thoughts, and of the feelings. Those things are what's going to give you the purity of the vibration of being able to live in your wish fulfillment, of being able to attain that which you truly desire and live that experience. Everything's not going to fall apart. Yeah, they're talking about the lyrics to Alanis Morissette again. Yeah. They're talking about the old man that won the lottery and died the next day. Yeah. It's a free ride when you've already paid. Okay. It's exactly what you didn't need, but that's the idea. There's so much programming out there that people, are always waiting for something bad to happen. And I get it, because I live in this physical world too. So it's not like I'm oblivious to what the news is saying, what's all over social media and all that shit. But when you realize that you're the soul in the center of your universe, you allow your frequency and your vibration to be more empowered than the fear mongering and propaganda that's going on outside. And somebody says, that's not just fear mongering and propaganda. This is what is actually happening. Yeah, once enough people in the collective accept the reality, it must happen. And you know what? Although that truth is happening out there, you could be on your own vibrational frequency and it will never touch you. That truth can be everybody else's truth who's out there, and yet you'll still live your dream and wish fulfillment because of the way you set yourself apart according to your frequency. Okay, so this is an important message at this time, especially for anybody who is living in a state of fear and worry about what they're seeing outside. So let's see what the cue cards have to offer. Tick, tick, tick. Listen, it's been time. Yeah, it's been time. The tick, tick, tick is in reverse. It's been time. It's been time. Okay, all these cards are in reverse. So they want me to upright them because I was holding them all in reverse. Okay, it's time for love potion number 9. Somebody saying, why is it time for love potion? Because it's time for you to fall in love with your life. Right now, it's the most important thing you could do. How many ways can you find to live in that higher vibrational frequency throughout the day? They're saying it's important to raise that percentage as much as possible, as high as possible, and sustain it for any decent reason you can find. Yeah, because there's a lot of things out there, and ones out there would love to work against that. Okay, and it's being spread, and it's being spread like a wildfire. This requires you not to requires stillness. It requires you to not worry and take action based off of the fear mongering, based off of lack and limitation ideas. You have an ability to sit still in the love vibration, in the frequency of something higher, higher vibration, higher. I heard send me a higher love. Okay, I heard that. Yeah, so it's important not to pop to the pressure, okay, not to allow the pressure to pop you from outside. Be careful of old ways of thinking, of people, situations, and circumstances that come from the past that you already know what it is. Okay, that's important. Let's see what else for you. AP class read is it. Listen, what you need to remember is no opportunities come around all the time. Okay, remember your value, remember your commitment. They said it's a good time to renew your commitment to do the best you can in every waking moment. Every moment, every day is a valuable opportunity to renew your commitment. I heard renew your vow to go ahead and be dedicated to standing in your star power, knowing and believing and trusting in your good fortune. The universe is conspiring in your favor and all things are in your best interest. And what you're going to find is that's what helps you hit the target. And you're also going to find that you don't have to meet anybody else's target. Okay. I heard get the target off of your back. Somebody here, you've been putting a target on your back. There's been some stormy weather. There's been some challenges. You've been putting a target on your back by worrying that you're in danger, by going into victim mode, by feeling like the whole world is out to get you, stuff like that. They're saying stop putting the target on your back. It's unnecessary. It's adding unnecessary struggle, unnecessary strife, unnecessary stress. Okay, if you could just understand that the target on your back is saying blessed. Okay, you are blessed, safe, and protected on all time, space, and dimension, always in all ways. Yeah, that's they say if you could do that, that would be more beneficial than feeling like everything and everyone is out to get you, like you're in danger. And we're not saying that isn't targeting going on in our society. That is true for so many. And on some levels, that could be true for you. But they're saying your powerful point of focus is how you're going to attain to what you would like to experience, how you're going to align with the highest, lightest, and brightest outcome no matter what. Now, here's the thing. If it's meant to happen to you, even all your fear won't stop it. What's going to happen, though, is the fear and worry and the stress will make it so much more difficult for you to get to that point where you realize, like, that it's okay. Yeah. It's time to ground yourself. Is you had to realize about your own heart. You had to realize about what you're connected to. You had to realize that you're blessed, safe, and protected. You had to realize that you are stable, that you are secure. And I feel like you already been through that. I feel like you had to figure that out in so many ways. Now this is about you setting yourself free. I heard with the power of love. That's where you're at now. Instead of feeling confined, okay? And you have uh, the ability to sit and get in this magnetic, attractive energy, tapping into the infinite energy of the universe. The finances you need, you have. The resources you need, you have. Okay, let's see what else. They said you've learned how to sit still instead of jumping the gun. Yeah, you learned how to sit still instead of jumping the gun. Okay, you realize that making promises to other people can lead to more challenges for you. So you're making promises to yourself right now. Let me see more. Yeah. Yeah. Anywhere where you've been seeing a lot of flying and annoying critters, this is the energy of the old trying to creep back into your life. So flies, bugs, gnats, stuff like that. Old energy trying to creep back into your life. Uproot it and you'll find that they'll be gone too. Let me see some more. Yeah. You are too official for this. You are too official for stepping back into the old pattern. The old pattern trying to creep up. You know what to do. You know what to do with it when the old pattern try to creep up. And so this difficulty, this challenge that somebody is in, okay, somebody's having a hard time out there. Uh, It was to help you realize where you're at. Okay, you don't have to have this person become the center of your world. Okay, they don't have to create in your life. Somebody needs to take a journey from living rent free in your mind and in your heart and in your energy. You're free from that. You're not there no more. They don't have a bearing on what you do, where you're at, who you are. They have no bearing on your value. We're going to go into your Alpha and Omega messages. Let's see what we had. Card number 18, intuition and insight. Your intuitive abilities are very accurate right now, so you can trust your guidance to lead you in the right direction. Follow your own insights over the advice of others and don't allow fear or worry to guide your way. It may be best to keep your secrets to yourself for now. Yeah. Love and peace and happiness. And your final card. Dearest you, we have a secret to share with you. If you act as if all is well, it will be. Act as if you are brave and you will have the courage. Act as if you are loved and you will be a magnet for love and experience the love of spirit. Act as if your prayers have been answered, as if you are truly in sync with good fortune. How you think is how you will see the world, interact with it, and draw conclusions from it. If you want to be the person who has the life you want, co-creating and loving what is yours, you need to start acting as if that were the truth. Don't worry about the conditions in your life that seem empty or cavernous, chaotic or barren. These are temporary and don't even count. Defy them and act as if you're the luckiest person on the planet. You will be, for you already are. That's the real secret. You are infinite potential. Loving you so much. Rainbows explode in the ether. This is what we have for you. Until next time, sending you so much love and peace and happiness. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. Later, baby. That's all, folks. And I'm out.